morning everybody, how are we all doing? Today is Wednesday, I believe. It's the 1st of April, so happy April Fool's Day. I'm not going to do any April Fool's Day jokes on you. 8:30 it is, so I've got a coffee, cheers, in my Galibier mug. I've only just made that so it's hot. So I've not done a vlog for a few days, and I was meaning to do one but I just didn't because I didn't feel like it. So on Monday just gone, I went out and I got my shopping done, went to Asda and queued round the building as you do, you know, with the 2 metre gaps between everybody. Got that done, popped in Lidl, got a few things, came back, and I've not been out since. So today is Wednesday, as I said. I'm still waiting to find out when and if I'm going to get redeployed within the NHS, which is getting nearer. We still don't know though, so that's all up in the air. Obviously the Nightingale Hospital in London is due to open today, and then they're going to move on and they're going to do one at the NEC in Birmingham. Apparently they're setting one up in Wigan as well, so I've heard. And then obviously there'll be others. There will be others around. So whether I get sent off to work in one of those, or whether I end up doing something more locally, or whether I don't get called at all, I have no idea. However, I could go into all the politics of it and all that sort of thing, but I won't. At the minute, I just don't know. So that will be all I'll talk about the Fivers at the minute. I'm not going to say anything else today. I might go for a walk later. I've not been for a walk, need to go for a walk. Today and this week is rest week, so didn't do any cycling on Monday. Yesterday I jumped on Zwift last night. I had to do 2 hours last night, 2 hours low zone 2. I did an hour first on my own, riding around, and I was on the New York course, which I don't like. I don't like New York, and I don't like the Yorkshire course either. Sorry, Yorkshire. And I was noticing that as I was trying to use my rear derailleur and go up into my easiest gear, after about half an hour it didn't want to go into my easiest gear. It was as though the tension had just moved a little bit, so stopped, got off, put another turn on the barrel adjuster on the back, and I thought, when I finish I'm going to have to check and see if the free hub, the lock ring for the cassette, see if that would work loose, or just have a look. Anyway, after the first hour I jumped on with Frosty's meetup ride, so did that. Halfway through that, so I've done an hour and a half, snap, the rear gear cable snapped. I will insert a picture now. So my job for today, or one of my jobs for today, because I've got more training to do later, is to get the broken remnants out of the lever, you know, the STI lever at the front where the barrel, the nipple goes into the barrel adjuster so it can pull it round. The frayed ends get stuck and then stop it going back, so it doesn't. So as you shift that way, as you go up into the easier gears, up into the bigger cogs at the back, the ratchet mechanism when you do it makes the pawls and the nipple holding thing go that way around at the front. So it goes, as you're looking at it on the bike, it goes clockwise when you go up into the bigger gear, and then as you go click, 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 and you go back in and go down into the smaller ones, it lets it go one at a time back anti-clockwise. And then as you're going back anti-clockwise, what happens is that where it's snapped, the little strands of cable splay out like that, and then as it's going back they get jammed and get stuck. So I've got to fish that out the front, then I can take the cable off and change the cable and reset it all up. Now luckily I did buy some new cables, and when I last went down to Birmingham to get some stuff, went home, I brought them up because I thought you never know. So I have got spare cables, spare gear cables up here, and a spare brake cable actually. That's a different story. So I'll show you that. We'll do that later. So I'll drink my coffee first. I'm going to take you off the stand and I'll just show you the bike. I think, obviously I can do it on the turbo on the work stand here. Not work stand, I can do it on the turbo because it's stood up. But just because of where it is, it's going to be a bit of a pain to get to. So I might take it off and put it in the work stand, which I brought up as well. But I think what I am going to do is actually take the lever off the bike, because on my turbo bike I don't have any brakes set up. I took those out a couple of years ago. So it's just gear cables, so I can easily take the lever off and put it back. I think I'm going to do that, and then I'll show you doing that. I won't film doing everything because it could take ages. It can be really fiddly. So I'll drink my coffee and I'll be back to you in a bit. So that is the offending lever, and then if you look on the floor on the mat, there's the end of the cable. So there's the broken end, and you can see, because it's a turbo bike, it all gets all covered in salt and all corrosion and everything. So we've got to take that off there, obviously take the cable out, put a new cable through. But because I don't have any because I don't have any brake calipers, no brakes, there's no cable under here, so it's easy to just take that off. So that's what we're going to do. There we go. So as you can see, I've taken the lever off. I'll give it a clean up while it's off. Right, just got to take the plastic housings off. Where's my little screwdriver kit? I need those later. So I'll just take the front cover off. That just little plastic bit. So I can't get that cover off without pulling that off the front there, so I've just got to take this little nut off. And there's like tabs, locking tabs on it. Right, now I just need my socket. 8mm socket. That's 8mm. That's 9mm. Where's my 8mm? In Birmingham. I might be stuck here because I don't think I've got an 8mm socket with me. I thought that was 8 on there, but of course that's 9 because I was doing the pedals. So let's see if we can undo it with adjustable spanner. Yep, I've got it. Not ideal. So that's taken that off. Then there's that little locking tab. Remove that. And now this should pull off. Come on. Like so. So now I can see what I'm after. Just make it easier for me to see. I can clean it all up while I'm at it. Right, so I've fished out one tiny bit of broken cable there, teeny little bit, and if I zoom in a bit more you'll see it better. Hang on. There we are, so there's a tiny bit of broken cable there. That was jamming, and then here I've managed to now get the cable round after quite a bit of faffing, and then in the end I just used that bent end poked the other way to like fish about. I know it's not in focus very well, sorry. So now I've just got to pull that there. There we are. So now I can put it back together and put a new cable through. So that's the broken bit, and then it's those splayed ends. If I put it on here, it's where the cable frays out that gets jammed, and then it stops it returning. Right, let's put it back together. I took my jumper off. I've got my Frosties t-shirt on. Right, let's just move that. So, new cables from eBay, 10 stainless steel cables plus new end caps. So just have to do it this way. Like I said, I can't believe that I haven't got an 8mm socket up here. Get it back on the bars. There we go, so back on the bar. So I've got my cable cutters. Just going to cut the end here just because it's easier. It's had it anyway. Undo that. Pull it through. Old cable gone. Let's get a new cable. So I just want one of these. Let's have that one. So there weren't 10, there were 7. Right, so we now have the housing for the top, which is that way. If this was outside, I'd be putting a little bit of lube on, but I'm not going to. Feed that through here. Feed it through first, then into the cable housing. Pull it all the way through. Hook that in there, at that end of the bike, so there's a little, you can't see, cable stop on the head tube on these, and we want to feed it through under the bottom bracket. that out of there. Screw it all the way in. Tighten it up. Just make sure it's slack enough. Yep. Right, let's get the cable tension now. Not bad guess. Anyway, that's it. That's fine. Right, so let's cut that. Cut that. End cap. Yeah. Done. So that's it for this vlog then. So I've got this ready now for later. So bit of a faff, but didn't take as long as I was expecting it to, because all of a sudden it just came out. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one later in the week, maybe tomorrow, maybe this afternoon.